Okay, so these are the list of pregnancy complications.
Okay.
So if it happens, we will pay either 5K or 10K, depending on the rider that you choose.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
and then also we will pay $100 or $200 per day of stay in the hospital if your wife is warded due to a pregnancy complication.
Okay, sure.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, just now you mentioned that 5 or 10K, it may not be a huge amount of money.
Yeah, it won't be very huge.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I totally agree. And that's why from the start I mentioned to you that the main point of the policy isn't really the 5 or 10K coverage. It's really the life insurance portion. Okay, it's to me it really is a better than nothing money.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
so that's this portion here. We also cover congenital illnesses, okay, and it's a whole list of them. And I've had clients whose kids have, for example, atrial septal defect. That's a hole in the heart. Okay, some others I can highlight to you. Like, have you heard about cleft lips, cleft patelets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think one of my relatives, his child actually had it.
Yeah.
Something I've heard of.
Something you heard of, right? Yeah. So it's there, congenital blindness, congenital cataract, things that happen. I mean, my brother has congenital cataract. He also has congenital deafness in one ear. You know, so things that can happen. One of my client the child had transposition of the great vessel. So basically, the heart vessels were like transposed.
Wow.
So the inlet was the outlet, the outlet was the inlet.
Complicated condition for a child.
Yeah.
Could he buy any insurance?
No, he could not.
He could not.
He could not. Yeah.
Oh,
In fact,
okay,
his child had it the moment the child was born.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they did not buy this pregnancy rider from
No,
you?
they
Okay.
did not. Yeah. So basically, his surgery for the transposition of great vessel was about $150,000.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a big amount.
Yes. So you're right. I mean, if the bill is $150,000 and the insurance payout is $10,000, okay, is it adequate?
Most likely not adequate.
It's not adequate. But would you complain if you got $10,000
If
from
I
it?
got 10, I mean, at least it helps to cover a portion of the hospital bill.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
complain, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's inadequate, but it's a 5-figure sum, would you appreciate that money?
Depends on the premium that we are paying now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah. So if the premium is inexpensive and we pay out that 10K, despite it not being enough,
That's okay. Because
okay.
at least I'm paying less for.
yes.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the point of the policy, right?
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. So $5,000 or $10,000. If a child is warded due to one of these 4 conditions, okay, we will pay out $100 or $200 a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So, for example, incubation for more than 3 days, prematurity birth requiring ICU. Next one is inpatient due to hand, foot, and mouth, and also admission into ICU.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh? So you get this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So one really funny question I got from a prospect of mine is she was asking me, if the baby is born, how can the baby ever get hand, foot, mouth? Right. Okay. So this rider, right, it actually covers for 3 years.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, if a child is a little bit older and the child goes to infant care, it is quite possible that the child can get hand, foot, mouth from the infant care.
Okay.
So maybe not now, but because the rider runs for 3 years, so maybe when the child is a little bit bigger,
Okay.
this particular benefit becomes a little bit more relevant.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay, so that's this. Now, we come to the next portion of the plan. Remember at the beginning I shared with you that there are 2 parts to the plan?
Yeah. 2 parts.
One is the basic plan, the life insurance part that covers death, disability and critical illness.
Okay.
And the next is the rider that covers pregnancy complication and congenital illnesses. Okay, I've just gone through the rider, which covers the pregnancy complication and the congenital illnesses. Now I'm going on to explain to you the life insurance that covers death, disability and all kinds of critical illnesses. Okay, so that's this plan. Okay, now the thing to remember about this plan is we will cover your child until the age of 100
years
old.
Okay.
100 years old. Okay. Now, when does the policy start? Okay.
Upon point of purchase?
Yes. It starts. We start by covering you.
Okay.
Okay. We start. No, not you. Sorry. Your wife. Sorry. Excuse me. We start by covering your wife when she's pregnant. Okay. And when your wife gives birth, okay, within 60 days, okay, you need to notify me, and then we will transfer this portion of the coverage over to your child. Okay, so remember that when your wife buys this policy, okay, you are only answering health questions on your wife, right? We know next to nothing about your baby, you know. All we know is how the pregnancy went. Okay, but we don't really know very much else about your baby. Okay, but we are willing to cover your baby all the way until 100 years old. Okay, and that's the point of the plan. From the time your baby is conceived, at this point in the pregnancy, all the way until your child is 100 years old, we will cover your child. Okay? Yeah, so that's the beauty of the plan. Yeah, so a lot of other insurers, including the ones that you heard from, like Aviva, Prudential, they will sell you the rider as a standalone. Okay, then you purchase the plan, correct? So the coverage really only begins on this portion, only begins on your baby after your baby is born. But our process starts earlier. We will cover your wife throughout the pregnancy. So we'll start by covering your wife, and then you will transfer the coverage to your baby after the baby is born. So which is better? You know, to cover throughout the pregnancy, and then also the child, or just simply the child.
I would think I think cover throughout the pregnancy.
Yeah,
Then,
I would think so also lah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of our plan. Yeah. Okay. So there's a range of critical illnesses. Okay, range of premium options and all that. I'll explain more details to you in a short while. Okay.
Sure.
Now, these are just details. Don't be too caught up in it. Okay, I will share with you in a while. Okay. What I want you to really take home today is that when it comes to the life insurance portion, we cover very, very comprehensively on critical illnesses. Okay. Now, a lot of people misunderstand about life insurance for the child. Yeah, a lot of people misunderstand about life insurance for the child. Okay, life insurance covers death. Okay, but that's not the purpose of the plan. Nobody wants to profit when the child dies. Okay, the real value of the plan lies in the disability and to a greater extent the critical illness component of the plan. Okay, so that means, for example, if a child is very sick, critically ill, okay, can the parent just ignore it and go to work?
Most likely not.
Most likely not. Yeah, the parent would most likely quit the job or take no paid leave and be with the child.
But quick question for
Yes,
you, Henry.
yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, no problem.
I mean, you mentioned a whole list of critical illnesses here. You know that a child can possibly have. But what's the chance of a child actually contracting one of these critical illnesses? Because sometimes I know we do see on papers kids they have like leukemia and things like that. But isn't the chance very low? So is it worth the effort to go and insure a child for these things?
Okay.
At this moment of time.
Let me ask you a question. Let me answer your question. Okay?
Sure.
But let me illustrate an example. Okay. If you drive on the road, okay, and your car breaks, your tire punctured. Okay.
Okay.
Are you thinking about the statistics?
No. I'll be more thinking of how do I get out of this mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So statistics, yeah, while they may be important, but you just have to know that they're common enough, such that this product, that's why this product is created. But you don't need to know the exact statistic. What you do need to know if these things really does happen, what is your safety net?
Okay.
So if the tire punctures on the road, you're not thinking, am I 1 in 10,000, am I 1 in a million? You are thinking, do I have a spare tire at the back or not? So that I can drive myself to a workshop and get the tire fixed. Am I right?
Yeah.
So if a child really does get diagnosed with one of these critical illnesses, the parent isn't thinking, am I 1 in 10,000, am I 1 in a million? The parent is thinking, do I have the insurance plan to replace my income so that I can focus my full time and energy on my child?
That's what I would do also.
Yes.
Let's say if I were to find myself in this situation.
Yep. Okay. I think about 2 minutes.